The RBA Governor Philip Lowe takes centre stage today at the Anika Foundation lunch. For more, Business Reporter Ingrid Willinge joins me. Ingrid, good to see you. What are you watching for? What do we need to hear from Philip Lowe today?
Well, I think we need to hear clarity from Philip Lowe, or at least that's what the eyeballs will be on. It's interesting, the Anika Foundation speech, it's an annual speech. We've seen it since the days of Glenn Stevens as RBA Governor, but today I think there'll be more eyeballs on this one than ever before. The topic, inflation and monetary policy, which of course, well, is the key topic right now. So what we're watching for really is any hints about what the RBA may do next. Of course, we have seen those 5 consecutive rate hikes now from the Reserve Bank. The last one just on Tuesday, as we know, up another 50 basis points. So a swift uptick from the RBA. But I guess what we're watching for is how the RBA will be debating the next meeting, because there is sort of going to be this internal debate as to whether they do 25 basis points, the more conventional rate hike, or whether they continue to go hard with the 50 basis point hike. And economists are quite sort of diverged, I guess, on what we will see. It is all going to depend on the data. Laura, obviously we got that GDP read yesterday. It was very strong, 0.9%. We've seen 3 consecutive quarters now of growth. But the question here is, just how backwards looking is this data? I mean, this data only takes into account really 1 or 2 months of rate hikes. It is strong. It was the pent-up demand that we knew was coming from the end of the lockdowns, I should say. So the key here is, what's the forward-looking data looking like? And a lot of the forward-looking data, the building approvals, the construction work done, it is looking shaky. And CBA came out with some spending data, Laura, for Q3, for the start of Q3. And this is debit and credit card spending. It's real-time data. CBA has access to that, obviously, due to all the spending on cards in today's sort of digital economy. And it is looking like it's weakening. I mean, consumers are still spending, but it is starting to moderate. So we are starting to see signs of that. The RBA will be watching that very closely to strike that really fine balance. So I guess today we'll be watching to see if Phil Lowe gives any hints as to where that terminal cash rate will end up. Because right now, as I said, economists are quite diverged on that. Some are saying the terminal rate will be just 25 basis points higher than now, around 2.6%. Others are saying next year it'll get to 3.8%. So there is, this large divergence. Remember, Phil Lowe finishes his term, technically, 7-year term next year. So he may be looking to sort of, I guess, change the narrative a bit and redeem the RBA with a bit more clarity.
Yeah, I think so. Just before we let you go, how's the market tracking? It opened about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, and this is all to do with rates again, Laura. Yesterday we had a shocker on markets. Today we're up about 0.5%. The Aussie dollar also in focus. It was at a 2-year low yesterday. Today it's sort of bounced off that. No one wants to get in front of the US dollar train right now because they are on a very strong trajectory of rate hikes. We've got Europe tonight potentially raising rates by another 75 basis points, and this is affecting the dollar right now. So we are watching the currency quite closely today.